Hey everyone, it's Synth Designer back again with another video. Today I am going to show you 3 new sounds from an upcoming preset pack for Serum 2 called the Chillsynth collection. I know there's a lot of Chillwave and Chillsynth fans on this page, and just wanted to let you know that I am working on a Chillsynth exclusive preset pack for Serum 2 that will be out at some point. I'm not quite sure. It's really in the beginning stages, and I just want to preview 3 sounds that I'm working on. The classic kind of wub that will be available, and there'll be variations of it. There's a pad here and a bass, and I'm going to play you this very simple pattern here, and then we're going to talk about the sounds involved, and I'll show you how to create them, that you could use them in your own music, and you could create them on any synthesizer, not just Serum 2. So let's listen to them. So as you can hear, very classic chill synth type of sounds, and let's just take a look at how to create them. Let's start off with that classic wub sound. So I called this the standard wub, and as you can see here, very simple, but it will get the job done for sure. It's a saw rounded here that is just part of the analog wavetables, and has 5 voices of unison. There are 2 envelopes at play here. One is just the amp envelope that is very plucky, and then the second envelope also is what opens it, and that is the key to the wub sound. You essentially have it on the cutoff at 0, and then you open up, and that gives you that classic wub sound. Let's take a look at it in action here. And you could change parameters here. And that is the very classic Chillsynth wub. The next sound here is this pad that I have. It's called Large Saw Room. Pretty simple sound. Again, it relies on a lot of voice of unison with saws, just a couple different ones, same octave, but a bunch of voice of unison. And I have just a little bit of attack here. Not much else going on other than some LFOs, just changing up the sound very subtly. Again, you could also change up the cutoff here if you really wanted to. And that is a very classic automation technique. In the effects, there's some reverb, a lot of reverb just to give it that hall space. And I cut off a bunch of the lows. This is a very heavy synth, and you don't want those lows, especially when you have the bass, and I'll show you the bass in a moment. The bass here I call Chill Reese. Very simple Reese bass, a saw with a bunch of voice of unison. So we basically have a bunch of saw waves in different contexts. We have the saw with a pad, a saw with the wub, that kind of plucky synth, and then the saw with the bass. So let's listen to this pattern. So classic kind of Reese bass, which works really well, I find, in Chillsynth, that it provides that foundation, but doesn't get in the way of the wubs, and it doesn't get in the way of those leads. This is especially true when you cut off a lot of the higher end frequency. If we were to just have it on low 6, for example, you're opening up more and more of that higher frequency, and I didn't want that. I really wanted to have just a nice foundational bass for you in this preset pack. As you can see, no effects at all, so it's a very simple sound, but gets the job done. So those are 3 sounds that I've been working on for this Chillsynth collection. Hopefully you guys are all working on your own Chillsynth tracks and get an idea on how simple it is to create some of these sounds with just some saw waves. Feel free to use any synthesizer you want. The same principles apply no matter what you're using. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.